Thank you, Abraham.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yeah. That's natural.
Yes. I'm extremely pleased that I'm here. And we are all extremely pleased that you are here. I knew you were going to call me today. And I got some good stuff to share with everybody. Should I share first and ask my question later, or?
What do you think is most likely to bring us all to a place we have not been before?
Okay, good.
In this leading edge conversation where this combination of beings has never been before. Let's find the new nugget.
Thank you. I want to share a story about Thomas Edison. 100 years ago, in December of 1914, he was 68 years old, and his lab burned to the ground. That lab, that was everything he had. It was like, at the time, it was worth $7 billion. He didn't have any insurance. Overnight, he lost everything.
Except his vibrational prowess.
Absolutely.
Except his point of attraction.
Exactly. He was very well known to be extremely optimistic.
Really?
In unconditional joy. So at the night of the fire department called his son because they knew that there is no hope that they're going to do anything there. So they called him and told him to inform his dad the next morning that he lost everything. So he rushed to the site of the lab, and he was very upset. And then he saw his father, Thomas Edison, sitting on a chair, enjoying the flames. And he couldn't approach him. Then Thomas Edison saw him and asked him to come. He said, "Wow, these are beautiful flames. Nobody has seen a fire like this." And his son said, "Dad, are you okay? My whole body is shaking." He said, "I'm okay. There's nothing we can do. The fire department is doing its best. We think about it tomorrow. But now look at these flames. They are beautiful. Wow, that's blue. That must be oxygen. Wow, that's purple. That must be sulfur. You know what? Go get your mom and her friends too. They should have missed this." The next day, New York Times and other newspapers came, and he said, "All my mistakes burned in fire. And there is a great value in loss." And he lived another 20 years, and his company is still around, Con Edison. That's his company.
Well, what he knew that his son didn't know at that time is that his beingness, what he had amassed was knowledge. What he had amassed, and we would use different words than he would use knowledge, what he had amassed was a vibrational point of attraction. He understood in some way that there was a vibrational reality that would come quickly back into fruition. The physical manifestation is a temporary thing. The vibrational state of being is an eternal thing.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
So he was a master. He knew what's happening in the world. Another thing
we have some questions. Do
Yeah.
you think that he was always and only optimistic? In other words, you were all born that way. And some of you at early ages get talked out of it by pessimism around you. Some of you get talked out of it, don't like how it felt to be talked out of it, remember how it felt when you were optimistic, and make your way back to it naturally. Some of you, especially people of scientific bent, because you see, everything in science, actually everything in everything, follows these powerful laws of physics. And so, to be good at understanding the laws of physics, you have to find some stability in the way the universe works. And so, through his trials and errors, as some would call it, through his experimentation, he learned what worked. And in the same way that he learned what worked in terms of chemistry or mathematics or science. He also learned what worked in terms of emotions. He came to know, as surely as putting these components with these components will equal this, he learned that this emotion put together with this emotion will equal this. He learned through life what optimism would bring him. He learned to thrive on clarity. Clarity and alignment are the same thing. Split energy and clarity are opposite things, you see. And so in the same way that he was a scientist who learned through doing, that's what we're asking all of you to do. We're asking you to put yourselves in touch with your emotions so that you can discover your clarity in the way that he did. Yes.
Yes, I was going to say that observe what worked and what did not work.
Yeah.
And anything other than joy is not going to work.
And why? If you can get this emotional component in place and begin to notice when things are working how you felt or feel, and when things aren't working how you felt or feel, and then just start doing the work. We'll talk about it more as we're moving through this day, how to soften the resistance and how to increase the allowance. There are easy things to do, but first you got to understand the process. And we think you all do about now, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.